Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you will be watching from. Um, I'm hoping that I will have a few people to join us. But in any case, welcome, You Matter family. Again, where we remind you that you are your most important asset, that your actions and inactions matters. Today we're going to be talking about, everybody has been talking about setting boundaries. So what does setting boundary mean? And what steps specifically do we need to take to set boundaries? I'm hoping that I will have more people join us. I have some people saying they're unable to see the post. If I could share. Hmm, okay. Let's invite um I'm trying to see if I could invite more people. In any case, if they're not here, they will see the recording at a later time. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. It's going to be on Facebook for anybody that wants to watch at a later time to watch. I did send out a post yesterday that I'm going to be live today, but so in any case, today I'm going to be talking about setting boundaries. And so I tried to look up the definitions of setting boundaries, and then I'll tell you what my own definition is. So it says being able to say no. So how often are you able to say no without feeling guilty or obligated to say or to say something other than what you actually want to say? And to have a clear communication of your wants and needs to your friends, whoever it is that you're in relationship with, and so forth. And also to honor and respect your feelings. Sometimes you are in a gathering, you don't feel like being there, but you stay there because you feel obligated to. So setting boundaries requires you to honor your feelings. And it's you also have to respect other people's beliefs, values, and opinions, because of course we can't live in isolation. So my own definition of setting boundaries is my actions, whatever actions that I need to. Hello, Kemi, for joining us. Hello, Omotola, for joining us from Nigeria. Thank you. If you can please share, this would be great so that hopefully more people can see. So my definition of setting boundaries would be my actions and inactions that I have to take today that will affect that will positively affect me in the future. In other words, what am I doing today? If my saying no is going to negatively affect me in the future, or is my saying yes, how will it affect me in the future? So I'm going to give an example. So if I go out and spend this money that I don't have, oh, spend my mortgage money, how will I be able to pay for my mortgage in the future? Or how will I be able to pay for my kids' tuition? Because I just felt like, oh, this is the latest bag and I need to buy it. So how will my action today affect me in the future? If it's going to affect you negatively, then it's not worth it. And I'm saying that across the fields. If it's um, you hanging out with this friend is going to negatively affect you, why are you doing it? So basically today I'm just going to be listening, because again, a lot of people say set boundaries, but we don't actually take a lot of time to say exactly what we're supposed to do. And for me, it's going to be in two parts. It's going to be what you have to tell others to do, and the other part is what you have to do for yourself. So my first is, we need to tell others how we feel about the way they talk to us. So if you have a friend that talks to you anyhow, or just looks at, maybe you made a comment, even if the comment is stupid, but you could say, there's a way, my kids are making me understand that you could actually say something that somebody said is stupid without telling them they're stupid. But if you have this friend that's in the habit of telling you you're stupid, oh, you don't have sense, like we Yoruba people, you have to be able to communicate to them that you do not like being talked to in that manner. I once had a coworker that used the F word on me at work, and I was like, "You don't talk to me like that. I've never spoken to you in such manner. So why would you think you have the right to talk to me in such manner?" And I made it clear to him that if you do that again, then I'm gonna have to report you to the authorities. Those are ways to set boundaries. He never did that again. The next one is, you have to avoid friendships or gatherings that disrespect you. So if you have a gathering where, for whatever reason or the other, the fun thing to do is to find ways to disrespect each other. If you don't want to be the next topic or the next target, then you have to avoid such gatherings. Thank you everybody for joining. Mr. Mike, Fadimini, thank you for joining. So if you're in a group, a lot of us are in like a WhatsApp group and stuff like that. If you're in a group that disrespect is being served, then setting boundaries requires you to pull yourself out of that group, because there's no point. If you guys cannot be together in a manner that you edify each other, add to people's view of life, then there's no point. So that's another way that you can set boundaries for yourself. And if you have a friend that makes it a point to talk negatively about your spouse, then that's not a friend. Those type of people should be cut off, because again, that is you not setting the boundaries. If you don't set the boundaries of how you want your family members to be addressed, then you give the room, you keep the door open for anybody to say anything or do anything to your family members. And the other way, which is the definition that I gave about setting boundaries, is your ability to say no. So if somebody invites you to some place, a gathering, whatever the gathering is, and you don't feel like going, say no. You saying no is you respecting yourself because you don't want to be there, and you respecting that person because you're not just going there to count numbers, because you want to go wherever it is that you're celebrating. You don't want to go somewhere and just hang there just because you want to be, you know, add to the numbers. And the next point that I have is, don't feel sad or burdened to block somebody's number. If somebody is uh, in the habit of being disrespectful, talks to you anyhow, maybe you've given them a chance to say, okay, don't talk to me this way, and they felt that, oh, your feelings don't matter, block them. If somebody is asking you for a monetary help that you don't have, and you already give them a timeline that you could possibly help them, and they keep bombarding you with calls or messages, block them. You're not obligated to do anything that you don't want to do. And those are the ways that you can set boundaries. You set boundaries to people as to how you want them to treat you. And I hope that you are treating them kindly because, again, what you don't give, you're not expecting to receive. The other part of setting boundaries is what you have to do yourself. Okay, and the first thing I have on here is your work hours. Are you just walking around the clock and you're not taking care of your health? Rest is an integral part of living. For those of us that are Christians, even God says He worked on 6 days and He rested on the seventh day. We are not machines. Even machines do get turned off. You have to set boundaries. You can't just continue to work because work is available. You have to make time to rest. And like I'm in the habit of telling a particular a friend of mine that sometimes rest just don't happen. You have to plan it and do it. Okay. The other setting boundaries is what time do you go to sleep? What time do you wake up? Those are boundaries that can self-develop you. In other words, if you don't get enough rest, going back to rest, if you don't get enough rest, then you are not going to be active enough the next day to be productive. You're not going to be your best self. And it's been said that if you don't get enough rest, then you eat too much. And like some of us that are trying to exercise, lose weight, resting is an integral part of, things that we have to put in place for us. And this is now talking about us. And how much time do we spend on the internet? And this is me talking about me also. How much time do I spend on the internet just scrolling, back and forth? You have to have a limit on how you spend your time. We can't afford to just be on the internet scrolling up and down, wasting our time when the world is passing by. We all have 24 hours in a day. We have to plan to make the best use of it. And food, okay, setting boundaries on food. Again, this is the setting boundaries that we have to do for ourselves. How do we eat? How much food do we consume? What time do we eat? These are personal things that you have to sit down and be accountable to yourself. A lot of us are grown-ups. Nobody is going to actually say, don't eat this. This is where setting boundaries comes in because you have to do this for yourself. Do we drink enough water? I don't drink enough water, but I'm trying. But that's part of the setting boundaries. Find things that you could do that is going to encourage you to drink water. Do you like it cold? Do you have to have it in front of you so that when you see it often, then you drink it more? That's part of setting boundaries. So now I'm going to talk about friends. Okay, friends are important. You need friends to, lift you up, give you encouragement. But there are some types of friends that you have to set boundaries against. Friends that doesn't allow you, or friends that allows you to do what you tend to not do. So now I'm trying to stop drinking. I can't afford to be hanging out with friends that drinks or that is going to make me fall off my whatever plan I'm on, my one day of not drinking, whatever the plan is. Setting boundaries requires that you know to not hang out with friends that drinks. Friends that don't care about how much money they spend Or maybe your rich friend. Maybe because they are rich, they can afford to buy all these name brands. And then when you go out with them, they're encouraging you to spend the same amount that you know you don't have. Those type of friends, not that they're negative, but you don't want to hang out with them when they're shopping because you do not want to go and spend your rent because you don't have. Maybe they do have, but you do not have. So friends that are going to encourage you or put you in a position where you have to spend the money that you don't have, you have to take necessary steps to not hang out with them. Okay? Friends that make you gossip. Okay? So when I say make, not that they take your mouth, are in control of your lips, but when you hang out with, even the Bible says that if you hang out with fools, the association of the fools, something like that, they become fools. Do not hang out with people that gossip or that will encourage you to gossip. Even if you don't say anything, the next topic of the day is going to be you. So those are the people that you don't want to hang out with. So all of this point that I'm making is personal. You're going to have to look into your life, look into your situation. Where does it pertain to me? Thank you, T. Bello, for joining. You're going to have to look into your life individually to see where does it pertain to you. But a part of setting boundaries is you not allowing people to do stuff to you. And the other part of it is you not doing stuff. Like, nobody is going to drag you to go to the mall to go and shop. You have to make the decision to say, no, I'm not going to shop or I'm not going to drink. And don't associate in a place that is going to encourage you to do that. Okay, so setting boundaries, like we always been saying, is very good because it's what you do today that gives you a positive future, that improves your overall well-being, your mental health, that helps you to function the way you want to function, that helps you, that doesn't cause you a heartache in the long run. And these are few steps that I have that you can take to set boundaries. If you have more that you think I should have touched upon, you can include it in the comment section. Thank you again for watching. Please do not forget to like and share. And this is You Matter. We encourage you that your actions and inactions matters. And whatever it is that you do or you fail to do is going to, in one way or the other, affect you in the future. And even if not you, maybe your future, maybe your children, I mean. So yes, thank you. Let's take steps to set boundaries. Till next time, this is You Matter, and thank you for joining. Love you guys. Bye bye.